Welcome to Budgeting Corner. I'm your host, Wade Carey, and today I want to talk to you about the subject that nobody wants to talk about, but everybody needs to talk about, budgeting. It's February, and we did our taxes this week. I wanted to kind of dig into something that I guess I just kind of take for granted, but is such an important part of budgeting, basic budgeting, is accruals. Our monthly spreadsheet, we have places for short and long-term accruals. I often will preach about budgeting in terms of it being just the blocking and tackling is the fundamentals, is debits and credits. But what really separates you in being a good budgeter from an average or a bad budgeter are these accruals. For example, I have any expense in a year that is over $100, I accrue for it. Just in small amounts per month and that type of thing. Basically, it's running your family budget like a business, because it is a business. If you treat it that way with that kind of respect and you are committed to staying on top of it, you're going to be successful. Now, that doesn't mean that surprises won't come along once in a while, because they will. The basics get down to it, and you've got an expense. You don't want to be caught by surprise, because that's when pain happens. And that's really the overall big advantage to good budgeting, is eliminating pain. I found that a lot of people who don't budget, they're inviting pain into their life. I wrote a book, Climbing the Mountain, The Heart of Budgeting. It's not about necessarily all the mechanics of how to budget, but why. And this is one of those reasons why. Family dynamics change, and it's just my wife and I. So over the years, we went from getting some money back to, paying a little bit. Instead of changing the withholding, I just accrue some money each year for what I anticipate will be a tax payment at the end of the year. The advantage to accruals is one where you can, put the money aside and be ready to make a payment. But if you over accrue, then you get almost like a little bonus back, and that's what happened for us. So I've been accruing, and ended up having more than we needed. And again, this is just like a business does. That gives us a little bit of money back. So I was able to buy a new suitcase for my travels and a couple other little things. And basically the money recirculates back into the budget, but in some places where you might need it, or where you might have a little want that you want, and that type of thing. So, accruals are important. I go into it a little more in depth in my Heart of Budgeting book. So I would think that if you are not doing that, then you're missing out on an important way, a basic way to run your finances like it's a business. So stay tuned for next week. I've got another special thing to talk to you about. Have a good one.